What is going on, everybody? It is Big L here, and today bringing you something a little bit different. As you can see on the screen in front of you, I'm starting an NFL Pick'em challenge. Something a little bit different. To kind of keep content steadily coming in between WPF seasons and Persona videos. So today I am joined by three people from Gators isn't in the WPF. I don't believe. I think you're UPL.
Nope. Yeah, UPL.
Okay, I'm joined by people from the WPF and UPL. I'm joined by, obviously, Gators.
Hey.
I'm joined by Bucks.
What's up?
And I'm joined by Lucky.
Hello.
So, this is going to be really, really simple. Nothing crazy. We're just... This video is for week 0, which we are considering to be the playoff teams, division winners, our Super Bowl picks, and we're going to go ahead and pick the opening night game while we're here too. So I don't know how often we'll actually pick Thursday night games before we record, or because I'm assuming we'll probably just pick them, I'll add them in, and then we'll record, and the Thursday game will already have been played. So go over the rules really quick before we get into it. Rule 1. Each game will be picked straight up and not against the spread. We don't want to get into, I was looking at, Eagles versus Washington as -4 instead of 3.5. And then, we don't want to get into that. Correct predictions will be worth 1 point. Each week, we will be picking an upset of the week and a lock of the week. If you lose your lock of the week, you will lose 2 points. If you hit your upset of the week, that will count for 3 points. Picking division winners will result in 5 points each. Each wild card pick will result in 3 points. You will receive 7 points for each Super Bowl team you pick correctly. And if you pick the Super Bowl winner, you get 15 points. Sound good to everybody?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yep.
And whenever we get going, I will add a slide that says, standings, how everyone did the week before, how everyone's doing. And then maybe like halfway through the season, we'll do like an extra video or something that says like this is how everyone's like postseason predictions are looking. What division winners we picked, maybe doing well, maybe not doing so well. Same with wildcard teams, and we'll go from there. So let's just jump right into it. And first up, we have division winners. And for the AFC, Bucks has the Browns of the AFC North. Lucky has the Browns. Gators has the Browns. I have the Ravens.
Hold up, Gators, you went against your Ravens?
They need a quarterback. I actually did just get a notification saying that Le'Veon Bell is working out with them right now, though, so that could be a...
Yeah, one of their other running backs, I think, towards ACL.
Oh, really?
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins did their last preseason game, so they'll have potentially Le'Veon Bell, which definitely could help out.
No, even one of their backups, another backup tore it.
Oh, geez.
Oh, another one did?
Yeah, it happened recently, like within that hour or so ago.
Oh, shit, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that either. I guess I should have changed my pick, huh? But,
no,
and then,
I think Ravens will be close. I think I was split between those two.
Yeah, I think that division comes down to those two teams.
I think Ravens' defense is going to be really good. I mean, it usually is, but I think it's going to be like the powerhouse that it historically has been.
And then there's like the rumors coming out of Cleveland that they're trying to shop Odell. So it's like if they lose him, their offense isn't going to be as explosive.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're a running team anyways.
Yeah,
so.
they are. But that's more guys you could stack in the box to stop the run as opposed to having to cover Odell on the outside. But I mean, it is what it is. And then there's not really much else to discuss in the AFC. We all have the Titans, Chiefs, and Bills.
Yeah.
I mean, I think those are kind of no-brainers.
Well, I think the Chiefs and the Bills, I think, are pretty much locks for their division, probably unless someone gets like hurt or whatever. The Titans are interesting. I think that's another one like the AFC North that probably comes down to two teams. It's either them or the Colts, depending on if Wentz decides
he wants to not suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that because I think the Colts are going to be better than people think, but I don't think Like, I think the Titans are really, really good. Like, if Tannehill plays decent, they're going to be really hard to stop offensively.
Yeah, there's no reason to think he won't play. I mean, he's always just been like, he'll do what you need your quarterback to do, and not a whole lot else. But
Right.
he gets the job
fuck
done.
Yeah. So Gators got another fantasy draft.
Uh-oh.
Got cheat code again. two
You got
fantasy
McCaffrey
drafts.
in leagues. What the hell?
I got number 1 pick again.
Good
in
lord.
another league.
Must be nice.
And my third. Yeah. Yep.
But moving on to the NFC. We all have the Bucks, Packers, and Rams winning those 3 divisions. And in the NFC East, Bucks, Lucky, and Gators, you guys all have Washington, and I took the Cowboys.
Boo.
I mean, if Dak stays healthy, I think they're the best team in that division. Like, that's all. Like, if he stays healthy, I think they're the best team in that division. Do you really trust Ryan Fitzpatrick for 17 games? I don't.
Yes.
I don't.
No.
Well,
Like,
think about it.
they
Think
have a
about their
fantastic
quarterback
defense.
situation. Their quarterback situation last year was even worse.
I mean, you only need like
Fitzpatrick can't be worse.
you only need like 6 games to
That's
win
true.
that division, though.
So that's another question I was going to ask is, do we see the winner of that division being under 500 again?
No.
No?
Well,
No.
Yeah. It's hard to do.
I
think
It'll probably be like
possibly
9 or
I,
9 wins.
I think because of the 17 game season, they might end up 8-9.
Really? So you think yes?
Well, I don't know, but I was gonna say no because I think one will finish at least 8-8, but we don't have 8-8 anymore. So
Right.
who knows?
8-8-1.
The 17 game season is just gonna completely mess up like win predictions and stuff.
Yeah, I can. You just have to.
Like 10 wins seems like such a good season. Like 10-6 is like, yeah, that's a decent season.
10-7 is still a solid season.
10-7 is like,
That's still a solid season. You're 3 games over 500. That's not bad.
I don't know. Maybe that was a bad example, but certain ones are like, yeah, this is not
Like the difference between like 9-7 and like 8-9.
9-8. Yeah.
Do you guys know what divisions the NFC East plays?
I don't anymore.
Looks like AFC South
Do they
or NFC South and
That's say. Pretty sure they play in the
US.
South.
Yeah, I know the
Yeah,
NFC
Tampa
South got like a
and-
really, really good draw. Like I know that.
Yeah.
And the
Tampa
NFC North had a
to
tough
beat
draw.
Everybody.
Does the NFC North have to play like the NFC West or something like that?
The
NFC West and AFC North. They've
Oh,
got it.
yeah.
It's a rough year for them.
So we have a lot of variety when it comes to our division winners. That's something. So we'll move on to our wild card picks. There's a little bit more variety here. In AFC, Bucks has the Patriots, the Ravens, and the Chargers. Lucky has the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Colts. Gators has the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Colts. And then I have the Browns, who I obviously couldn't pick the Ravens, and the Chargers, and the Colts. So, not much more variety there. Okay, so Bucks was the only person who picked the Patriots. So let's hear why you thought Patriots.
So, instantly, with their quarterback, they're going to be better. I don't think Mac Jones is going to be worse than Cam Newton, who was thrown with basically a noodle arm.
That's very
And
true.
you have to remember, they had a bunch of players on defense sit out for COVID. That defense is going to be loaded. Well, I wouldn't say loaded, but really good. And if they get Gilmore back, because I'm pretty sure he wants a new contract, they'll be good. They really will.
Now, how
I don't
much
see
do
a
you
reason
think?
why.
How much do you think sitting out will hurt them? Though, like as far as like getting back into game shape, because you can stay in shape, but staying in shape isn't staying in game shape. There's a difference between shape and game shape.
If there's one coach who could get them back into shape, it would be Belichick.
Okay, that's fair. And then Lucky and I have kind of both already said why we think the Colts. What do you think about the Colts, Gators?
I was kind of split between the Colts, Patriots, and Dolphins. I just think if that Colts team can get healthy again and get Wentz and Quentin Nelson back, their defense is really good.
Mm-hmm.
They have one of the best offensive lines, and I just think if those guys can get healthy at a decent time, and obviously if Wentz can play decent, that's going to be a tough team to beat.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just depends on health.
Right.
But
I 100% agree. I think their roster top to bottom is really, really good.
Yeah, they don't have like a huge weakness. I mean, they don't have like great weapons, not like, Tampa or the Packers, but I mean, they're okay. Like Jonathan Taylor, I think, is a really good running back.
Right. I think they got a good team. And if you look at their strength of schedule, they've got one of the weakest strengths of schedule in the NFL. That's one of the reasons I went with them in that spot too. Was they have
Same
a really
for me. It was kind of as Gator said, it was kind of between basically for the final wild card spot. It was Colts, Patriots, or Dolphins for me too. I think the Chargers take the leap with a new coach, and I think we all know the second team in the AFC North is getting in. So it was just kind of like that seventh one was up for grabs to me, and I thought the Colts might be able to pull it off because they have basically, even though they lost to the Jaguars last year, they basically have, you could maybe say 4 free wins. So that helps.
If you hear the stuff coming out of Jacksonville, like it seems like the veterans and stuff don't like Urban Meyer either.
Huh?
Like I've something I've read is like the Jaguars veterans don't like Urban Meyer that much. Like they don't like his college style or whatever.
Well, he's used to bossing around a bunch of 18-year-olds.
Right.
It's not gonna fly with 30-year-olds.
And then, so what? We all have the Chargers to make the playoffs. We obviously all agree like they're not going to win their division. So, how do we think? Do we think the Chargers are close?
Very.
The Chargers got Corey Linsley, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty big improvement at O-line. I mean, if they can get Herbert healthy and kind of being able to do kind of what he did last year, that's going to be a really tough team to.
Yeah, if he takes a step forward,
it's going to be good.
So like,
it's just injuries. It's just injuries because Chargers are probably the team with the worst luck.
So how far out
they are cursed?
How far out do you think the Chargers are from like being a legitimate contender?
I mean, if they get the experience this year, they honestly could easily be a major contender next season.
Yeah, I think the main thing is the defense. I mean, Derwin James has been hurt the last couple of years, right? 2 or 3 years, he hasn't really played a whole lot. He'd obviously be a big part of it.
Yep.
I don't know if they still have Casey Hayward, if he can kind of get back to where he was a couple years ago.
Yep. Anyone have anything else to say on the AFC side?
I'm convinced the Chargers are cursed and won't actually be a legitimate contender for the Super Bowl until they change their name and get new ownership. But
alrighty.
Source, I grew up as in San Diego with the Chargers as like my secondary team, so they are cursed.
Fair enough. So, moving on to the NFC, we all have the 49ers and Seahawks. It's the last team that we all disagree on. We actually all 4 of us picked our third wild card team is different. Bucks has the Cardinals. Lucky picked the Saints. Gators picked the Vikings. And then I went out of left field. I picked the Falcons. So
that's a hot take.
Bucks, elaborate on the Cardinals as your last pick.
I just think of a team that has more firepower and a chance to be really consistent and dangerous. It's them. I mean, each of those teams in the West, I think, could easily make the playoffs. Like the Saints, I lived with Jameis.
Yeah, it'll depend on Jameis.
I lived with that man. Oh my God. But their defense is going to be not as good. Their secondary is atrocious. And they're going to be going up against the Buccaneers, the Falcons, just going to be throwing the ball over them. And honestly, most of the league is chucking the ball all over the place. Going to kill them. And if they have to fight back each game with Jameis throwing the ball, he's gonna be throwing interceptions all over the place again. It's just gonna happen.
So
He
see,
can't help himself.
whenever I looked at that, my first thought is it's gonna be hard for all. Like I agree. Like I think if you're just picking the 3 best teams that don't win their division, they're probably all in the NFC West. My issue with that is they're gonna beat up on each other. Are all 3 of those teams gonna end up having the wins to get in the playoffs?
I think so.
That was my biggest thing. Like I do agree. I agree with you. Like if you look at the talent and you look at the potential of all the teams that don't win the division, I do think. And I'm not a big Kyler Murray guy. Like I'm not big on him. I'm not sold on him. I think that they've done a good job of surrounding him with weapons, and I do think Cliff Kingsbury's a good coach. But I'm not a big Kyler guy. But that was just my thing. Whenever you sent me your picks, I was like, wow. It's going to be really hard for 3 teams from the same division to win the wild card. All 4 teams from one division getting in the playoffs. I just think that's going to be hard.
Iron sharpens iron. They're literally, all those teams are consistent besides the Cardinals, but they're getting there. They have a good team. So I think each team will be in the thick of it.
So Lucky, let's go to your pick with the Saints.
I basically thought that the Saints did good last year with Breeze not really being Breeze. Like, I know Jameis throws picks, but like I honestly think that from what it happened, even in the divisional round game against the Saints, or against the Bucks last year, like Jameis had the best throw of the night, and Breeze was Mr. Noodle Arm, forget how to throw. So I'm thinking that if their defense can be okay, decent levels last year, and Jameis has improved a little bit. He got LASIK. I mean, come on now. Maybe he just couldn't see before. There's a chance. I mean, hell, the Packers were quite good for a while with Favre throwing picks all over the place. So,
That's a Hall of Fame guy.
That's true. But I just think the team itself is decent, and they did fine with Breeze last year, who wasn't anything like the Breeze of the past.
We'll just have to see what happens with Michael Thomas, too, because that's a little iffy.
Yeah, that's true. They have...
Yeah. That was another reason. Like, the Saints were a team I considered for this spot, and that was one of the things that kept me, too, was like Michael Thomas' situation. Okay, so so Gators, you picked the Vikings. And that was another team I thought about for my last spot, too. So let's go ahead and give us your thought process on the Vikings.
That offense is just nasty. They have so many good weapons. Dalvin Cook, obviously, Justin Jefferson, Thielen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Kirk he's fine. Like, he gets a lot of shit, but I think he's a good quarterback still. I don't know. Like, just watching Dalvin Cook run for, what was that, 250 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Packers last year. Like, he can do that against a lot of teams. I don't know. I think
is that a demon being exercised in Green Bay, or what the hell was that?
I don't know. Saints is one that I definitely thought about, and kind of thinking maybe now I probably would change it to them. Just thinking about their schedule if they play the NFC East. But I wasn't sure about Jameis. It's obviously a big question. Mm-hmm. I don't know how he's going to utilize Kamara, if he's going to give him a lot of those checkdowns like Breeze did last year, if he's going to try to throw it 40 yards downfield all the time. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see that offense.
You mentioned strength of schedule. That's what originally scared me off of the Vikings. They have like the third or fourth hardest strength of schedule. Like, their strength of schedule is ridiculous.
Yeah, because they pretty much have the same as the Packers, which is...
And I do think
Seahawks,
instead of getting to play the Vikings twice, they have to play the Packers twice.
Right. Well, and I think that I know that we got Packers guy in here, so I don't want him to laugh. I think the Bears are going to be better this year. I don't think the Bears are going to be some pushover either. The Bears are going to be a better team.
They have a
they're
line.
Better than last year, you mean?
Yeah, I think they're going to be improved.
Oh. Yeah.
They're going to be an improved team.
But they got rid of Trubisky, so...
that alone makes you better.
On the quarterback situation there.
All right, so moving on, we'll get to my team, which is the Falcons. And I know it's kind of crazy. You think, they don't have Julio Jones. I mean, it's still outside of the Bucs. It's still a very questionable division at best. I think the Panthers are going to be a little better than people think. I don't think they're going to be that good. I think they might win like 7 games. But I think Matt Ryan, there's a lot of talk about, the Falcons moving on from him. I think he's going to want to go out and show that he's still got it. They still got Calvin Ridley, who's a stud receiver. And I think he's going to go out there and try to show some people. And that's like I said, like outside of the Bucs, that's not a great division, especially the defenses outside of Tampa Bay in that division are horrible. And they got a pretty easy schedule. So I'm like, you know what? Why couldn't the Falcons sneak in there and get that last wild card spot? That's my opinion. And I want to pick something a little different.
Well, the good thing with the Falcons is they had the worst luck last season out of any team. They could have easily been in the playoffs if they won all their close games. So, could that flip? Possibly.
That happens sometimes too. You'll have a year where you win like 7, 8 games that are decided by like 3 points or less, and then the next year you lose them. Like that happens.
They lost every single one of those last season, so there's a chance.
It's like how the Chargers have been the last couple of years.
Yep.
Yeah. You just get that. You just have that happen sometimes.
I think 2019, I know it was for a while, it was like every game. It was like their first 6 or 7 losses, I think, were within 1 score.
Yeah.
And it was like bullshit ways. It was like a missed 30-yard field goal for a couple of them right at the end, or like a touchdown right at the end that they gave up.
Are you talking about the Chargers or the Falcons?
I guess I was talking about the Chargers, but I guess it applies to both.
Okay. I'll say last year we had the Falcons with the Cowboys with the sideways onside kick and
was that against the Bears?
Whatever. No, that was against the Cowboys where they were up by 3 scores or something.
Yeah.
They had
didn't they lose to the Bears in like a weird way too?
I think so. Oh, I think that was they took Trubisky out and put Foles in maybe, or was the other way around?
Wasn't it another 20-3 comeback against the Bears? I know it was over 20 points for sure.
Yeah, they blew that game against. I knew they lost to get the Bears game a weird way.
Yeah.
So, all right. So moving on, we are getting into the Super Bowl predictions. So here we go. Bucks. You have the Bucks beating the Bills.
Yes,
elaborate.
I mean, this is the first time a team that's won a Super Bowl brought back every single one of their starters. Brady's getting a full off season. I mean, there's no way anyone could say that they don't have a chance. And I think they have a better chance of any team. And, taking my homer cap off, I really do. And for the Bills, Josh Allen has gotten better every year since he's been in the NFL. I think this year he could be the MVP.
Stealing my thunder.
Bring them easily.
Stealing my thunder from my pick right here.
But yeah, the Bills are great. Honestly, I could see that game coming down to a field goal. I had to think. I was thinking the Browns too, because the Browns I think are going to be really good. Their defense is crazy. It's just going to be in the hands of Baker Mayfield, who honestly God knows. But yeah I think the Buccaneers have the best shot out of any team, and it feels like I'm dreaming saying that.
All right. So, anyone else have anything to add? Anything? No? Okay. So moving on. Lucky.
Whatever.
Lucky. He has the Packers over the Chiefs in the State Farm Bowl.
Yeah, we're finally gonna get that State Farm Bowl after 3 years of hoping for it. But yeah, I think the Packers have just been really close the last couple years, and they were a couple plays away against the Bucs from potentially winning last game. So a couple of those go the other way, and maybe they're in the Super Bowl instead. So they still have a really good team. They're returning most of their important pieces. I know they lost their center, but I think the guy they drafted from Ohio State is pretty good. hopefully Bakhtiari will return healthy. And I think the team's kind of trying to do like farewell tour hopefully not farewell tour, but I think they're going to try to like, work hard, make sure get Aaron another ring. And yeah, I was close. I was also close to picking the Bills because I do think they're a really good team and really improved, but I just really want to see the State Farm Bowl.
That's fair.
Like they would have so many great commercials coming from that. I feel like, so I'm rooting for the commercials too. So,
all right. So, Gators has the Packers as well, but he has them over the Bills. So
yeah, I had to go with the Packers. There's no way I couldn't. I don't know. Everything was pretty much covered. What I had to say. I mean, Packers just have so many weapons, good offensive line. Obviously, Rodgers. I think the Packers' defense is going to be very much improved now that Kevin King isn't our CB number 2.
Oh, and Pettin's gone.
Pettin's gone. Everything I've heard about Rashawn Gary at training camp, he's been very promising. I know for a while they were saying he was the best player on the field. So it's just, in general, a lot of change for the defense that I think sounds like it should be really good. I agree with Bucks, though, that Tampa is the best, like, just on paper. I mean, they don't have a weakness. They have, like, the best receiving core. I think they might have the best defense in the league. They have one of the best offensive lines, obviously Brady. But I don't know. I think the Packers, just that their upside, if they can get that offense clicking, that's just unstoppable. And
I think it's between those two. I think it's between the Bucks and the Packers for
Yeah.
My third pick would actually be the 49ers. Obviously, that just depends on how Trey Lance is. That's a big question mark with the rookie quarterback. But
that's the main reason I picked the Rams win the division instead of the 49ers.
Yeah.
Like, I trust Matt Stafford. But, like, again, like, whenever you get to the playoffs, has Matt Stafford played in a playoff game before? Have they made?
He's always lost, though.
Okay, I couldn't remember if they had won a playoff game or if he had played in a playoff game even. But that's what bothered me about Stafford.
He's played in 1 or 2.
Yeah, probably in like 2012 or something like that. Maybe it's been a while.
A long time ago. Yeah.
Chiefs. The only thing that really concerns me, the main reason I picked the Bills, is because I believe the Chiefs have all 5 new starters on the offensive line, and if that indicates anything, or the Super Bowl is an indicator of how they are without those 2 tackles, and Mahomes got torn apart by that Tampa defense. So if that's an indicator for how the season's going to be, it's going to be tough for Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so moving on to mine. I've got the Buffalo Bills beating the Packers in the Super Bowl. I think Josh Allen wins the trifecta. I think he wins the league MVP, he wins the Super Bowl, and he wins Super Bowl MVP. I think this is the year that he kind of comes out and says, I'm just going to dominate. I've been high on him since he came out of college. I was high on the Bills last year. I was really rooting for him to get it done. I think this is the year they get it done. I agree. I think the Packers and Bucks are by far the class of the NFC in my opinion. And I just cannot bring myself to pick Tom Brady to go to a Super Bowl because fuck Tom Brady. I fucking hate Tom Brady. I respect him. He's the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. I respect the fuck out of him, but I can't stand the guy. Eat a dick. I'll never pick him to win anything ever. And that was whenever he was with the Patriots. This isn't about the Panthers and the Bucks rivalry. But so I will never pick Tom Brady to win anything because fuck that guy. So that's my other reasoning for picking the Packers to be in the Super Bowl. But yeah, I think the Bills are going to be even better. I think Sean McDermott is a hell of a coach. Look at how bad the Panthers defense has been since he left there as their defensive coordinator.
Yes.
He's a hell of a coach. He knows what he's doing. Look at how
he got to the playoffs with Tyrod. He got to the playoffs with Tyrod Taylor as his starter.
He's a hell of a coach. So I think it's only a matter of time before he wins the Super Bowl. And I think this is it. I think he's got the team. You get a full year of Josh Allen getting better with Stephon Diggs, who had an unbelievable season last year. He finally got with a quarterback that could throw him the deep ball, and he put up massive numbers. And I think the team's gonna be even better than they were last year. And I thought they were gonna go to the Super Bowl last year. So that's my reasoning. There we go. That's my Super Bowl. So moving on. The last thing of the day that we have, and that is opening night. And this is going to be a really, really intense discussion. Stuff might get thrown across the rooms. Computers and keyboards might be broken because there's such a heated debate. Everyone picks the Bucs.
Hey, is there a rule about how many times we can pick a certain team for lock of the week? Or can I throw?
No, you can pick a lock of the week as many times as you want. It can't be this game.
Can I go ahead and make this?
Cannot pick this game.
I can't.
Cannot pick this game as lock of the week.
Damn it!
Sorry.
Damn it!
I'm making an executive decision. Because I think especially with the news that came out today about I'm blanking on his name, the tackle for the Cowboys,
Zach Martin.
Yeah, I don't know why I just blanked on his name. Especially with that news. Like, Dak may not make it through the night, and my Cowboys pick to win the division may just be out the window tonight because Dak may be just murdered.
I think Dak should take another week for his shoulder to recover.
That may not be a bad decision, honestly.
Oh man. Yeah, I just checked the point spread of that game, and it's 7.5, and I would definitely go Bucks to cover.
So what would it have been like? Does anyone know what it was before the Zach Martin news? Probably not that much different. What was I? Probably around like 5.5, 6.5, maybe.
No idea. I was gonna say they're gonna win by double digits.
Oh yeah, I think they will too. 100%.
I think the only way if they don't is if the Cowboys just score garbage time. That's probably about
possible.
it.
Yeah.
Backdoor cover.
Yeah, or an injury or something.
Yeah, I mean they do have the firepower. If like I said, it does come down to garbage time points, they could just by bombing it down to someone.
That's true.
I think the Bucks would beat the Cowboys with Blaine Gabbert as their quarterback.
They could trot me out there.
If Brady just decided I'm not playing week 1 and they put Blaine Gabbert out there, is he still the backup or is your rookie the backup?
Yeah, he is.
Bruce Arians gave me a call. Hold on, guys.
So if they
Bruce Arians is calling me. What's that, coach? You want me to play Thursday night against the Cowboys? You're that confident you guys can beat them? I mean, I've never played quarterback in my life. Are you sure? All right, suit me up. Just give me a plane ticket down there. I'll be right there. So cool. I'm starting for quarterback on Thursday night for the Bucs, guys.
Still gonna win.
Change your picks accordingly.
Bucks by single digits, maybe.
Okay. That's fair. That's a fair point.
Bucks by 9.
That's a fair
Bucks
point.
by 9. And...
My arm ain't what it used to be. I'm getting up there in age. I'm 34.
Hey, Brady can do it at 40. You can do it at 30.
Shit, him at 50 is in better shape than me at 20. The hell out of here.
Yeah, you got 10 years to win 7 Super Bowls.
Just
Better loosen up the old arm, I guess. Just loosen it up.
Become your mom's favorite player.
So, does anybody have anything to add?
Go Bucks.
No.
So, all right. So, we're probably going to record these most of the time on either Friday or Saturday. I'm planning on getting picks from you guys for the Thursday night game before the game, obviously. And then after that, you don't need to worry about getting me picks until like Friday. And then we can record on Saturday. And then, because then I think it's kind of silly to get picks so we could record before Thursday night, because then like you never know with injury reports and stuff like that could come out and change stuff. So yeah, we'll do it that way, and we'll probably just already have the Thursday night. I'll probably just make a slide for the Thursday night, how the picks went, whatever, and that'll be every week this season. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you liked, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.
Peace.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
There we go.